Today we are here at the residence of Mr. Prakash Kumar, Central Spokesperson, JLKM. First of all, you tell us about yourself. Tell us about your journey and tell us your views why you choose JLKM.
Okay, so first of all, my greetings to all the viewers of your channel. My name is Prakash Kumar, and I am as a central spokesperson of Jharkhand Loktantrik Krantikari Morcha. So my background, I am a graduate civil engineer from NIT Patna, and I then did my master's degree in transportation and business management from Imperial College London on a Chevening scholarship. And I have been working for the past 20 years in urban development sector, and I've worked in few of the countries. Like in Mauritius, I have stayed there for 3 years, where the light rail project was being constructed on the funding by Government of India. I stayed in London for 1.5 years after the studies also, and few of the projects I did there for Transport for London. We did a small research there. We did for the Secretary of Transport for expansion of the Heathrow Airport. So few of the important projects I worked there. And in Mauritius were also very learning rich experience. We had to interact with the government. We have to be on the field to get the project executed. And in addition, I have worked on several urban transportation and infrastructure projects. So this was where my career aspects are there. And in terms of why I came back and joined JLKM, so since childhood, I have seen my father doing a lot of social work. He retired as a district engineer from Jila Parishad Bokaro, and he was one of the known personalities in Jharkhand, or in the region, at least in Bokaro and Chandankari that time, because lot of works he was always seen working on the field, be it like road works, or his department was like that. But other than the department work, also for the community also he worked a lot. Like he struggled during his time, because my dadaji passed away at very when he was very in the early age, and he struggled for finances. He struggled to stay in Dhanbad to study his diploma or engineering, you can say. So someone, Mr. K.N. Jha, he helped him to stay at his house so that he can pursue his studies. So he has seen the struggle, and he is one of my source of inspiration to come back and join social service. But since my childhood also, I contributed somewhere like Society for the Care of Destitutes, and I also contributed for the Help Age India, and I kept taking part in such activities. And while working in India abroad for so many years, whenever I came back to Jharkhand, to Dhanbad, whenever I see the condition of the traffic system here, the condition of electricity power supply, even working from home, you don't have a proper reliable power supply source. So these things always kept haunting me, that I'm working for other cities, other places, but what about my own hometown, my homeland, my home city? So this always instigated a feeling that I should do something for my state. I tried a lot. When I came back from London, I met the then Chief Minister Sri Raghuvar Das. I explained him that what is my educational background and what I can contribute for the state. He asked me if I can be part of his team in somehow, but not as a technical. So it was kind of a political offer. But that time I wasn't very sure if I really want to get into that. But other than that, he asked me that what else do Jharkhand need. So I told him that urban transportation is something which is very important, because it helps the environment first, which is a global issue right now. It helps to reduce the traffic. It helps to reduce road accidents. It helps the elderly, the children to mobilize from one place to other. So it has got a lot of benefits. It will bring investment to the states to the tune of 10,000 crores or so. It has the potential. So I told him that in order to execute such kind of projects, we need to have a dedicated team. And after, I think, just next year or a couple of years after that, after this discussion, Jharkhand Urban Transport Corporation was formed. Jharkhand Urban Transport Corporation Limited was formed. So I don't want to take a credit, but I think that at least I had put this idea in his mind.
Definitely,
That
your
something
idea
like,
got circulated.
I believe so. I am not going to take a credit, but I believe so, that it wasn't there in the discussion anywhere somehow till the time. And after 2 years, when I saw that, I was really happy. I think that I had at least put the seed is in mind that something like this is required. But unfortunately, that Jharkhand Urban Transport Corporation Limited is now permanently closed. The agency is no more into existence. So and then why this brought me back to Jharkhand again and to JLKM.
Yeah.
So I was looking into this movement, everything which is going on. I kept on listening to Sri Jairam Mahato, and I realized that the conventional political parties like the Bharatiya Janata Party or the JMM, the Congress, and AJSU, all these parties have matured. They are mature parties. They have definitely contributed towards the development of the state, but then you needed some X factor, because in the old conventional way, let's say if I'm a member of Bharatiya Janata Party, I want to implement my own ideas. It may happen that my party president or maybe the central government has a influence on my decisions. So you don't have complete independence on what you want to
Yeah,
do.
complete freedom.
So this is what JLKM brings right now, a fresh perspective, a fresh faces, you can say, where you have the opportunity, you have the freedom to express within the party also. So when I met Sri Jairam Mahato, our discussion was mostly on the vision about Jharkhand. So I had already prepared my papers. I was doing a lot of research while I was not in India also. So I had a full brief, and he asked me that instead of having like 20 pages, he wants to just hear everything in 2 pages. So again, we met in Baliapur sometime, that too in a field, not like in a proper meeting or so. After a football match, he had the time. He asked me to sit with him, and I explained him that what Jharkhand needs right now. That time, party was in a process of formation, but our you can say that our agenda, everything was not finalized. So he was happy with that, and he asked me to give the copies to him, and that will be included. And by the time I was called for that, I should join the party, and I was really excited that if I can make contribution there, so it will be great. Yeah.
Being central spokesperson
Yeah.
means that you are the face of the party.
Yes. Yes.
You
Yes.
are the one who is going to portray whatever the think tank of the party is going through, whatever they are planning to the media or to the public.
Right.
My point of concern is that JLKM
Mm-hmm.
contested 68 assembly seats,
Yeah.
but won only one seat.
Yeah.
My point of concern is that what's your plan about spreading JLKM to each and every part of Jharkhand? I am keeping it confined to Jharkhand now.
Right.
So, what are your plans?
So I can say that the way we look at the results of the election, assembly elections 2024, that this was a litmus paper test for us, right? This was first time a newly formed party, which was earlier JBKSS, under name of which we contested the Lok Sabha elections. And just 3 months ago, Jharkhand Loktantrik Krantikari Morcha, we got the registered name, symbol, everything to contest in the assembly elections. So that affects a lot to the reach to the most rural part of Jharkhand, because the voters, if you see, they normally don't know about candidates much. They know about the party symbol. So if you are going to ask somewhere in the village to the rural people where you are going to vote, they will ask for मैं तो कमल फूल पे वोट लगाने
Very
वाला हूँ,
correct, very
या मैं हाथ छापे वोट लगाने वाला हूँ, या मेरा तो तीर धनुष है, मेरा तो कमल छापे, like that. So the symbol of JLKM, the scissor, the catchy chap, you say, has no penetration in terms of to the rural areas. So whatever vote share we got was in the name of Jairam Mahatoji and about the name of the party Jharkhand Loktantrik Krantikari Morcha. But that too, those people who were aware, who knew about this one. But now since we have, we are in the generation where we have social media, we have mobile phones, we have internet connections to everyone. So now rural people also at least know about the party's name. But when you don't read the party's name, you go about symbol. So I think this affected, but still our vote share was quite substantial. In 68 constituencies, we have more than 1 million votes, you can say. We won one seat, but in 3 seats, including Sri Jairam Kumar Mahato seat, we are at number 2, and near about 30 seats we are at number 3.
Since you have stayed abroad quite a lot of time,
Yeah.
I am finding a similarity between India and Jharkhand. How? In terms of GDP, we have overtaken Japan.
Right.
But in terms of quality of life,
Yeah.
I think we are way, 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 way behind Japan.
Correct.
The same thing, the index is showing Jharkhand is in the top 10 states of India.
Yeah.
But when we travel to interior Jharkhand, we find that the situation is very, very, very grim. The people are below the hunger index. they are not aware of their rights. That means there are loads of work to be done in Jharkhand to at least make the people aware of their rights,
Right.
to make the people so that they can have a employment, they can have a quality of life, they can have 2 meals a day. So my point of concern is that development in tier 1 cities of Jharkhand is not the key.
Yeah.
That means the government schemes should reach to the last man standing in the queue.
Correct.
How you plan to get the government schemes to the last man standing in the queue?
Right. So this was a very interesting, very valid question in context of Jharkhand. So in order to give a better perspective to all your viewers, that if everyone knows that Jharkhand is one of the states which supplies 40% of the country's mineral.
Yeah.
Just imagine India's magnanimous size, and 40% of the mineral just one state is supplying, which includes coal, nearly 27-28%, and iron ore, not less than 25-26%. Then apatite is also like these rocks, that's also over 20%. Uranium, you can say now one of the largest suppliers, 25% uranium. So this is where Jharkhand is very rich in terms of minerals and supply in order to make the country rich. Also in terms of railway, Dhanbad zone is one of the most profitable and highest revenue generating zones of Indian railways. So this is where Jharkhand stands. We deserve much better than what we are having right now in terms of infrastructure, in terms of quality of life, in terms of quality of education, personal safety, social security, everything. So now where you are very right that whenever we are traveling to the rural, in fact not rural, even in the urban, the quality of roads, you see the quality of hospitals, they are very poor. So where exactly are we lacking? So we had a lot of brainstorming that how actually we are going to, and what are our plans to improve these things. So Jairam Kumar Mahatoji and along with all the team members who were there. So ultimately our intent was that we have to reach to the last mile. Even if you see my first interview during the press conference in Ranchi Club, we wanted to happen that we want to have a road connectivity to the last house of the village. Even on today's date in 2025, where Indians are reaching to the moon and Mars, our ambulance are not reaching to the last house of the village. Even today's to yesterday's and few days ago also, you can see in the newspapers, people are carrying the pregnant women, they are carrying the injured in cots, in holding hands. So this is where we plan to what we plan to do. So our agenda was that if we are having higher seats in whichever constituency we are there, we will check for all such gaps, that if road is there, if electricity is there, if we have power supply system or not, all these things. So in the couple of days back, if you see last 3-4 days before this Rail Teka Andolan, you see that Sri Jairam Kumar Mahatoji, even having injured leg, he is going for inauguration of all these kind of roads, everything in his constituency in Dumri. So this is the one of the examples he is going to set, and this is what the party looks forward, that we are going to have many these kind of activities if we have more seats in the upcoming elections.
JLKM is a party of youth,
Correct.
and JLKM is being associated with aggression. Your party president shows aggression with logic. That means he is aggressive,
Yeah.
but there is logic behind his statement. But of late, we have seen that few of your party leaders are not so-called big leaders of your party, where they are in a negotiations with some outsourcing company or with directly with BCCL GM or something like that. They are very aggressive from the very beginning. How you look at it?
So again, for your viewers to, and thanks for asking this question to Dhanbad Resistance, that today's interview is also kind of a benchmark just to show that the JLKM party is not all about aggression. It is about the kind of people we are having with us, including me. I would say that after having working outside and studying abroad, I have come back to strengthen this party, and more people are joining us. They are in touch with us, they are supporting in one way or the other, and very soon they will also be part of the mainstream politics if they intend to, or otherwise definitely the think tank or the information or the you can say ideas that they keep on sharing with us, that is that we are trying to make a proper integration of all the ideas to bring something better. So this is what is happening. So that's one aspect that where we are trying to improve. And the other one that you asked, that the kind of aggression other members are showing. So very quickly, I would like to apologize to all the officials if they have felt hurt in because of this kind of behavior of the other officials. But this happens when we have or you have particularly personally gone through lot of hardships. Whenever we are meeting the people in Janta Darbar, every most of the constituencies are now holding Janta Darbar, and it is being held by the constituency candidates, including Jairamkar Matoji. You know, it happens in Tupchachi and in Dhanbad also, and in other constituencies also it happens. So whenever we are looking at the plight of the people, the condition of their life, so you actually get lot hurt.
But it cannot be changed overnight, na?
Correct.
You need time to change it.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. These things cannot be changed overnight. So we look forward that some positive response towards the change should be given. So if someone comes to me as an individual, he is coming to me and I know that his land has been taken away. Recently, one example came during the assembly sessions, that one of you see the Andolankaris, the revolutionary, they get a certificate from the DC. So one of such revolutionary who has a certificate, his son was working as a contract computer operator for 10-12 years in some dam project. He was a kind of Vistapit from that particular Chandil dam. And after 12 years of service, he was given a notice that you cannot be regularized in the job, despite the government of Jharkhand has issued a notification that those who are working on contract and those who are eligible should be regularized as a regular employee. But he was denied of his rights. So he felt hurt that we have been displaced from our place. We have fought for this state, and then after that we are facing this kind of hardship. So this is a very small example. Otherwise, people have not got compensation, they have not got jobs, their family condition is very poor. So when you meet this kind of people, you feel hurt from inside. And when you meet the authorities with their problems, and the response from the authorities are not very positive or constructive, then kind of that hurt becomes aggression.
That I understand. That the aggression comes from within.
Yeah.
But the fact is that you need to be a good listener.
Correct.
In order to be a good speaker.
Yeah.
What I have found out through ground reporting or through having interactions with people, that literacy is the key to success. Three pillars of development for me, it's my own personal opinion, three pillars of development of a constituency rest on education, health and employment. The moment you give education, that means the gates of employment are being opened.
Yeah.
Jharkhand is a state where there is lot of migration, and migration for migrant laborers, not for any such official work. That means people are forced. I am using the word forced. Why? Because in search of food, in search of quality life, they tend to leave their family behind and migrate to other state, doing some civil labor work or doing something, that means all physical kind of work.
Yeah.
How you look at it?
So I'll add a little bit of statistics into the question that you asked. That migration definitely is a huge problem for us right now, not just for the laborers but for the educated class also. If you remember, after the COVID crisis, when the flights resumed, at that time the government of Jharkhand was proudly saying that airports खुलने के बाद सबसे ज़्यादा उड़ानें रांची से. So it's not a matter of pride. You understand this thing, that during the COVID crisis, all the people who came back home are now living again. It means that your rich resource is taking a flight going back to other cities like
as a
Pune,
government we are a
Bangalore.
failure.
Exactly.
We are unable to provide employment to
Correct.
them. That's why they are forced to relocate again.
Yes. So the government was looking it in a very positive way and taking a pride of it that we operated highest number of flights. But I look at that we have the highest number of migrants in that way.
Yeah, definitely.
So now look at the condition where the laborers are working in Telangana, in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, because they are getting fair rates. You have a policy there where I mean the communist kind of government, where in Kerala, even when I stayed in Cochin for 7-8 months, then my baggages and my belongings which came from Delhi via road transport, I was not allowed to use any other labor to get all those belongings to my flat. The labor union had their labors, had their rates fixed, and they got it done. So you have a security, you have a policy where the laborers are also having a security that they are going to get jobs, so they don't have to move outside. So this is what we are lacking here in Jharkhand. Even when we are assuring that you will get a pay of like 600 rupees a day, then there are mediators who will pay them 400 and keep 200 to them. So Maya Saman Yojana is being criticized. It should be criticized because it has affected our financials, our government's funding a lot. But it should be looked in another way also, that it is a benefit which is given directly to the beneficiary. There are no mediators. Although there is a lot of problem nitty-gritty we don't want to get into, but this scheme helped that beneficiary is directly getting paid. So in order to stop the migrant workers, as you said, education we have to improve, infrastructure we have to improve, and we have to ensure that they are getting the social security, like when, so that it helps them, it motivates them to stay back in the state and help to develop their state. Even in my village also, in Pindra Jura, which is in Chandan Kyari, they are working in Kerala right now. They call me from Kerala कि भैया यहाँ कोई काम दिला दीजिए. I said काम तो यहाँ पे, like L&T constructed the bridge there over the railway lines. It's a huge project. And the kind of people in Bokaro, they are working in Kerala but not able to work in Ranchi.
Coming back to your story,
Yeah,
we told that Jharkhand is hugely rich in resources.
correct.
One thing which always crops up in my mind is that there are outsourcing giants in Dhanbad, whereas BCCL are issuing these companies big tenders. They are violating each and every norms of DGMS. They are violating each and every norms of BCCL, and what they are doing, my point of view is that very clear. They are taking human lives, and in return of human lives, they are paying 20 lakhs as compensation. And there are leaders from each and every front of political parties that is prevailing in Jharkhand. They are coming, having a round table conference, and they are negotiating the price. That means you have the license to take human life and pay 20 lakhs as compensation. Why these political leaders, why these what you call trade union leaders don't come up with a solution that you can't prohibit or you can't disobey the rules laid by DGMS? And if you do this, your company should be then and there blacklisted. Instead of we are just playing the game of compensation every now and then, and these outsourcing giants are having a license to take human lives.
Yeah, so really this question actually make me melts a little bit, because license to kill, you used a very correct term, that if you have the ability to pay,
That means
you get a license to kill. So this is really happening right now. You are very correct, and that is why we had internal discussions that instead of having these kind of round tables or across the table discussions for each and every incident, there has to be a policy in place, which should be insurance in terms of monetary, and there has to be some policy which helps the family to survive, because it is not an individual who has lost the life. There is a dependence on him, there are dependents on him who are going to suffer a lot. So this is what we had an internal discussion, that if we have the ability, if we have the authority to influence the policy making system, as of now we tried our best, we are trying our best in this recent you can say the winter session, this monsoon session in the constituency, in the assembly. There the Visthapan Ayog, the relocation, the rehabilitation Ayog was being formed, which was raised by our party president and honorable MLA Shri Jairam Kumar Mahato. So this kind of policy we are trying to draft within ourselves, that what should be, what is being done at other states. Every state, every industry, there are accidents, there are incidents happening. So what is happening at other places, how they are managing these things. So this is, we are trying to gather information from other places, and will it be suitable, if it is the same can be applied in Jharkhand, then we should apply. For example, my friend works in a public sector company in Gurgaon. So he has got all the security, like if he is not well, someone in his family is not well, they have got a full insurance in terms of unlimited health insurance. They have a limitation, like 20 lakhs is the capping for his range, but there are certain critical illness which will not be able to be treated within a 20 lakhs budget. So in for those kind of disease, he has got unlimited budget. So this is where the public sector companies are paying. So why can't we have something similar here? Because the kind of diseases we are having in Jharkhand is chronic and life threatening. For example, if you go to Jadugoda, you see the kind of life, like their mental ability or their physical.
And the
So you'll
newborns
find
are disabled.
newborns are disabled. So this is Jadugoda. What is happening in Dhanbad, Jharia, Nirsa, everywhere? Bronchitis, lung related
COPD.
disease.
COPD is a very big term in terms of medical field.
Yeah.
But when you go to Jharia, it's a common term.
It's a
Each
common
and
term.
every people has having COPD.
Correct.
Who is responsible for it?
Yes. So benefit is going to the companies who are operating the mines. Benefit is going to the government in terms of taxes. But in return, what we are getting is disease. In return, what we are getting bad quality roads. In return, what we are getting no electricity, no proper,
The
no
masses are
personal
suffering,
security.
the
Yes.
classes are enjoying.
Yeah. So this is what is happening. So this is always, this keeps on haunting us every day. So that is why we thought that we should strongly draft a policy, and in the next session or maybe after that, so we are studying the policies of other states, that what is happening other at other places. And at the same time, this like the Jharia constituency, for example, the MLA there, who who have been responsible for who have been responsible, I can say, for such exploitation, and still after that they are fighting for the people to be rehabilitated, to be relocated at other places. So the Jharia rehabilitation plan is still on papers, nothing is happening.
See, whatever is happening, Jharia rehabilitation plan,
Yeah.
is that I think for me, Vistapan of Jharia is the biggest problem of Asia.
Yeah.
But Vistapan of Jharia has been used as an easy means to earn money. I have done local reporting over there. I have found that if this is a house, beside the house, outsourcing mines are going on. That means huge machines are working and blasting are happening, and people are residing in this house.
Yeah.
When we confronted them that why you are residing here, they told that we don't have money to pay the BCCL Babu who will issue a NOC for us. So this is the plight of the people who are living, and they are having the JRDA policy through pen and paper and earning money.
Yeah.
So being spokesperson of JLKM, JLKM is a party of the youth. The youth have the power, the youth have the courage to change things. And I hope that you, along with the other party members of JLKM, will bring about a positive change in Jharkhand, will bring about a positive change to the lives of the people residing in Jharkhand, will definitely try to overcome this migration. And my last question is to you is that your message for the youth of Jharkhand, so that they can rally behind JLKM, makes JLKM a name to reckon, and 2029 they can become the game changer in Jharkhand politics.
Right. So as you said that the rehabilitation policy, Sharia rehabilitation policy, that has become a joke right now, because the people don't have enough resources to pay and to relocate. So these things which hurt, and there the aggression comes from our party leaders. But again, there has to be a way to deal with it, and this is what we are trying right now. The condition in Dumri, whenever people are visiting, something like that is happening. So the MLA's interference is there, and his intentions are very clear. He has nothing to earn from these people. He has to just earn the respect of the people, and he is helping each and every one individually. And my message will be that I already have a very good career in front of me professionally. I have job offers worth 10 lakhs a month, or you can say 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs a month within India. Outside India, it can be 10 lakhs a month. But still, I have left everything. I have come back, joined JLKM party, working for Jharkhand to improve and to work for my home place, my homeland. So my request to all the parents, to all the youth will be that choose politics as a career to bring the change. And to bring the change, you have to be the change. If you be the change, then definitely you will look into a different perspective. You will have to own your state. For example, just a small example, that when I am staying in a house, I keep my house clean because I own it. I know that this is my house. Same goes to my state also. If I own the state, if the bureaucrats, if the IAS, if the ministers, if the politicians, if they own the state, this is my state, I have to keep it clean. You will not find dirt on the road, you will not find papers on the road, because you know that I have to keep it clean. But we have to go to the last stage of that particular garbage, that where exactly is getting disposed.
Very correct.
If you are putting all the garbage in a dustbin, putting outside, but you know that the municipal is going to take it to some pond and dispose it, everything is
It's
worthless.
futile.
So people should know that the garbage, the wet or the dry, is being recycled, is being reused. So government should be transparent. So transparency is another factor which the government should consider. So I have seen in other countries, like in the UK, in France, in Paris, I have seen that the garbage collection and disposal center are outside the city area, and they've got huge recycling centers. And at every household, the government provides you with a carry bag, that recyclable items. So you have plastics, you have bottles, everything. Recyclable items are separate and your non-recyclable items are separate. So you keep it everything, and it's a time bound, that from Monday at 9:30 to 10:30, on Tuesday it is morning 5 to 6. So during that 1 hour you have to keep the garbage outside, not before, not after that. Otherwise you will have huge fines on that. And the garbage is also being maintained in a way that the trucks have separate components for the recyclable and non-recyclable. In the recyclable, they put the stuff very delicately, but in in Jharkhand, you see it is being thrown away. So, for example, personally, I don't dispose batteries outside. So my home become a garbage collection for batteries. I have two kids at home, so they use a lot of remote controls, and the battery dies very quickly. So after one time, I had a full box of dry cell. I thought, what do I do? Government don't have policy to recycle these things. It's written don't dispose outside, but I don't have choice. I gave it to the municipal. I don't know what they are doing with that. They might go for landfill, again polluting our environment. It can go anywhere. So when the youth starts thinking in this way, so they become the revolution of change. So when they come into the politics, when they start to think like that, they will definitely develop the policies. So this is in our mind, that when we come into power, if we have more seats in 2029, we are definitely going to draft strong policies that will not make us rich. It is, we have nothing to earn from these things, but it will bring a great change in Jharkhand. Even if we are not there, if I don't exist anymore after 7 years, but at least the policy which has been driven, it will remain forever. So this is where we want to bring the change.
It was very nice talking to you, and I
So,
hope that the youth of Jharkhand, along with JLKM,
yeah.
will bring about positive changes to the life of the people of Jharkhand.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you so much.